Good morning all. Welcome to Bowen's Garage. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Theo, and I'm one of the owners at Bowen's Garage. We've got a site in Ross-on-Wye and we've got a site in Hereford selling low mileage 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old cars. We've got a workshop in our Ross-on-Wye site as well, which is open to the general public with 3 MOT testers. For those of you who have been part of this channel for a long time, very loyal, and thank you for your patience. We've been doing walk around videos of our cars for years. I used to do this vloggy type of caper a few years back, but the truth was we got too busy and it was stressing me out, and sort of ran out of love for it. But we've put a few things in place, and we've got some more staff, which is freeing me up a little bit of time to potentially, hopefully, get back into this sort of weekly roundup of what's going on. I know there's lots of other guys doing it, and I'm fortunate to be friends with quite a few of them, so this is not to try and take over their titles of YouTube stardom. It's more because I enjoyed doing it the first time and I'd quite like to get back into it. Hopefully you guys might see some enjoyment out of it, but it's more of a diary for me to look back on when I'm older and bored, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. It's not going to be a really polished movie-like experience because my 3-year-old son has a better editing ability than I do, to be quite honest. And I don't have we don't have an editor. I don't have the time to be messing around putting a fantastic feature-length thing for you every week. But I'm going to try and keep as update as I possibly can. We'll throw it all together, and hopefully you'll have some enjoyment out of it, and it might give you a bit more of an insight into how the garage works and this crazy trade that we find ourselves in. So yeah, it's a Monday morning. It is the 17th of March. We had a couple of days off at the end of last week, actually. We were at Car Dealer Live at the British Motor Museum at Gaydon last Thursday, which was great. Myself and my dad, Tony, who you may or may not see in these videos, and I'm not so sure, a little bit camera shy, but we'll see how we get on. So yeah, we were there with some good guys. Sam Watts, we were with Sam all day from What's on Court. Fantastic channel Sam's got. I really think his subscribers should be an awful lot higher than they are, actually, because his videos are fantastic. So if you do want to check Sam out, which I thoroughly recommend, I will put the link to his channel in the description below if I remember at the end of the week. So with Sam, that was great. We were with Dave, who's also been on a couple of the Motor Trade Mentors podcasts, which you might have seen on the Shifting Metal 2.0 channel, which I love being part of. So that was a good day. And then Friday was Cheltenham Races, which is like Christmas for me, to be quite honest with you. So I need to get back to work to earn some money to pay for next year's Cheltenham. No, I'm joking. But we need to get back to it today. I think we've sold quite a few cars. Mondays are usually pretty chaotic. We're only open 5 days a week on site. We're not actually on site on the weekends at all. We do quite a bit online and over the phone, but work-life balance means that these days we don't have to physically be there 5 days a week. Some of you may think that is completely mental. We may lose a couple of sales here and there, but we're at a point now, thankfully, that it isn't the be-all and end-all, and we tend to find that if people do actually want to buy a car, they'll find a way in the week, and we do stay open a little bit later if we need to. So we'll see what Monday brings. We have got a fairly quiet day in theory on the board. I think we've got one handover and we've got one test drive booked. I need to buy some cars, so I'll be probably hopping on Mannheim auctions this morning. Bristol, which is only an hour up the road from us, have got a decent sale. So I need to get to work. I need to put some fuel in this old girl, as I do every week, because it drinks it. So we will try and catch up later. But I just wanted to say welcome to you new viewers, and greetings again to the long-standing members of you. We've got 1,300 subscribers. I don't mind if it stays at 1,300 subscribers, to be honest. We're not doing this for money or for fame or for anything like that. Simply a diary that hopefully my son can look back on in the future and enjoy it and see what his old chap did to try and earn a few quid. We're not going to be going massively into detail into figures and all that sort of thing, so it's not going to be a complete warts and all. Our business is our business. You can check us out on Company's House, obviously, but we're just trying to make a living for our family, so we won't be going into numbers in a great deal, potentially the part exchanges and that sort of thing, but it's going to be like a fairly relaxed weekly sort of thing, and we'll see how we go. And if I hate it again, I'll stop doing it, and if we don't, we will carry on. So enjoy. Let's see what this week brings in this mental trade that we're in. I don't know why do we do it, but let's have some fun. See you later. So 9:30 Monday, and we're busy on as usual. Dacia Duster. Just had a guy who paid a deposit towards the end of last week, or a reservation, so we got that prepared for him, did the brakes, a couple of tyres. I think it had a service MOT, so it was ready to go. He hadn't seen the car, but has rocked up this morning, and deal's done on that one, so we're just doing the paperwork, and he's having a cup of coffee and be on his way. Full Fiesta, minty green, is getting handed over at about 11 o'clock. We've got a Golf, really nice Golf match automatic petrol, 19 plate, done 50 odd thousand, really nice spec car. This was grade 1 out of auction, and that'll be getting photographed and pictured this afternoon. So yeah, busy start to the week as always on a Monday. I've just had somebody look at a Honda Jazz outside. They've got a Lexus to potentially part exchange, looking for something a little bit higher up off the ground, as is often the way around here on Ross on White. So it's a Lexus LS300 hybrid. Sounds a lovely car actually, so he's going to potentially pop that back down for us to have a look at. It'll be a backward deal, so we'd have to be giving money the other way, I should imagine, which we're never afraid to do, so we'll see if that develops into anything. Just looking through the auctions, not huge amounts actually, which is a little bit frustrating because we could really do with some bits, but we are very fussy, so we'll only buy cars if they're right. So we'll see how we get along, and I will update you later. Monday afternoon, and we've got this little Corsa going off to a new trade home. Too high mileage for us, 90,000 now, little 1.4 petrol, but mega spec, heated seats, heated steering wheel, all the nice bits. Previously sold by ourselves actually. We sold this 3 years ago, but it had only done about 35,000 then, so it's been in good use since. We've looked after it actually, so we've serviced it and MOT'd it and done all the bits and bobs ever since they've had it, and they've just purchased a Fiat Panda from us, which I think is the third car now actually over the years, which is great. So this is going off down to Peter Ashton's Cars in South Wales. Pete has got a YouTube channel as well called Ashton's Cars, funnily enough, and is doing quite well with it at the moment, so do check his channel out if you like some weird and wonderful cars, and also your everyday stuff like this as well. So yeah, have a look. So Pete's going to come and grab that this afternoon, so it's always go, go, go here. Hopefully we'll get on and kick off the week with a couple more sales, but we shall see. I'll update you later. Still Monday, believe it or not, so this little Renault Capture has just arrived with us. It's like a whitey silver. Can't really work out what colour it is. Yeah, it's definitely white, isn't it? Black roof, black mirror caps. Always do well with these Captures. Excellent little mini SUVs, I suppose. Nice diamond cut alloy wheels. It's got Michelin tyres all round. It has done the grand total of 41,000 miles. Sat nav. Yeah. Nice high driving positions in these, which is what makes them popular, and they come nicely appointed, cheap to run. So nice flat load space in the boot. So nice fresh bit of stock will be going live in the next couple of days, I should imagine. Right all, we are coming towards the end of the day on Monday, so a little final update for today. It's been quite busy. We've managed to buy one from Bristol auction, a little Toyota Aygo, 2019 on a 69. It's an X-Play. It's done 14,000 miles. It was a grade 1, so I'm hoping it's going to be pretty much spot on. Good service history, all the usual nice bits that we like, really. To finish the day, I've just done the walk around video for the Golf that we were valeting this morning, and we've also taken a reservation on this fabulous looking Skoda Octavia. It's a spec I've never seen on one of these. It was a genuinely lovely car. We've got pan roof and serviced right the way through its life at Skoda. A guy popped down over the weekend when we were closed, which quite often happens actually, because we aren't on site, but the site is accessible, so people do have a stroll about. So popped down over the weekend, had a good look, and has left a reservation. So we'll get the car mechanically prepared. It doesn't need an awful lot at all, actually. It's already been through the workshop just for its pre-checks. So a couple of little bits and bobs to do, and then it'll be collected at the end of the week. So that's a nice one. We've just got to put a cap on the back wiper there. But yes, all in all, decent day, and we've got a couple of appointments booked in for tomorrow as well. Tony's going to do a Volkswagen up in our Hereford site early doors tomorrow morning, and then we've also got Jan, who is a returning customer of ours, coming to have a look at this Tucson as well. So yeah, decent start to the week, bubbling away nicely. We will catch you all tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning. Tuesday was a bit of a mess. So yesterday ran away with us completely. Not the best day. Very messy day. So I'll sort of try and give you a little update from yesterday. It wasn't the best day we've ever had, and we'll see what Wednesday brings. But this was probably the highlight. This did arrive. 2021 Audi A3 Saloon. What a handsome beast. 32,000 miles. It's a 1 litre petrol S-Line, leather, sat-nav. Really nice car. One owner from new, full Audi service history. That's proper. So that was a good thing. Not so good. This little yellow Fiesta diesel that we took in part exchange. We sold it very quickly. It's only done, I think it was 40 odd thousand miles, little 1.5 diesel, free road tax jobby. Sold it within 24 hours. Really nice looking car, bodywork wise. We put it through the workshop. A few bits needed doing, which added up to being quite a bit of money. We did the cam belt, the water pump. It's got power folding mirrors, but it didn't work on the passenger side, so we got a mirror off eBay. That didn't work. We got a mirror from Ford, which did work, but that was expensive. The heater rear stat was playing up, so we replaced that. We replaced the rear axle bushes. We replaced some brakes. We spent a lot of money on that car for what was only a £5,000 car. Anyway, went out a couple of weeks later. It's come back. There's a noise underneath when going over sort of big bumps. And let's just say the parts cannon has been very well used yesterday. I hate that expression. I hate just chucking parts at cars, but we could not find any play in anything. So the exhaust flexi on the front had quite a bit of movement in it, so we replaced that. There's a gearbox stabilizer, we replaced that. We replaced the front suspension lower arms. We've replaced a strut and a strut top, and the noise is still there. So all we can think now is that it's going to be an engine mounting, because when you go over a bump on one side there's no noise, when you go on a bump the other side there's no noise, but if you go over it directly in the middle there is a noise. So we are waiting on an engine mount from Ford, and hopefully the parts cannon can then be put to sleep for a while, because it's a bit of an annoying one when you can't just quite figure out a fault. Customer's good as gold, no problems on that side of it. He's got one of our cars, so he's on the move, but just want to get that sorted and back out the door. Hyundai Tucson did sell to Jan, so thank you, Jan. Second car you've bought from us. Made the cakes for my wedding. Fabulous cakes, so that's good. That's sold, and there's a little i20 coming in as a part exchange. We also bought this yesterday, Fiesta EcoBoost Titanium.
only done 36,000 miles, I think. We actually sold this car last year, finished in chrome blue. The customer who bought it, local chap, has had very limited use and has decided that he doesn't really need a car at the moment. So we bought it back yesterday. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. It's got sat-nav. Chrome blue's a fantastic colour. That will not take much of a valet whatsoever, so that'll be back on sale later today, hopefully. So that's good. It was sort of a real mixed bag yesterday. I had a meeting with Luke from 67 Degrees. They're going to be doing our new website very shortly, so I had a good meeting with him yesterday afternoon. What else went on? I bought another couple from auction, both at Northampton. I bought a 69 plate Audi 69 plate Hyundai i20 petrol, done 20 odd thousand miles, nice dark metallic red. That's grade 1, so that should be a nice car. And I also bought a 70 plate Dacia Sandero, again absolute bread and butter Bowen's garage stock, to be honest. That's a sat-nav model, little 1 litre petrol in white, done again 20 something thousand miles. That was grade 1 as well, so they'll arrive by the end of the week, all being well. The Renault Capture, which I showed you on Monday that arrived, bit of a problem with that one as well, so the boys do a PDI before we put them out for sale. Obviously we want them to be safe before customers drive them, and it's got a bit of a gearbox noise, unfortunately. So drove down from Leeds, drove absolutely fine, but when you let off, so say you're in 3rd or 4th and you just let off the accelerator, you're getting a jangle from the gearbox, unfortunately. So the car itself was a really, really clean car, so they valeted it. We'll get the pictures and video done today, we'll get it uploaded, get it online, and then we'll whip the gearbox out of it and send that off for repair. Obviously we'll put a clutch in it when it comes back as well. We don't like buying from auctions particularly, as I've said many times before on here and on podcasts and so on, but needs must at the moment, because the trade supply from our traders that we've been using for a long time is very limited. They're struggling to get stock as well, so we have that dip back into the auctions, and obviously that comes with its dangers. The mechanical reports only go so far, it's only forwards and backwards and not through the gears. So we've had 2 gearboxes in a week or so, which is, I probably didn't have a gearbox the whole of last year, but we're fat enough and ugly enough now, and we've been doing it for such a long time that you get used to these things. So we won't lose any sleep over it. It's just a bit frustrating. It wipes, especially at auction when you're paying big money for these cars, plus fees, plus transport. We're working on very, very skinny margins on the sort of bread and butter stock anyway. So if you have a gearbox and a clutch, it pretty much wipes it out. But it's a game of averages. And over the course of the whole year, you know, if we sell 400 cars and you have 10 that you don't make any money on or lose a bit of money on, or 15 or whatever, then you're still up, aren't you? So, and that's obviously the name of the game, is to provide. And so yeah, yesterday was a very mixed bag of a day. Hopefully today, the weather's nice, we can buy a couple more cars perhaps. We're going to get plenty of advertising done, and it'll be a bit more of a calm day, hopefully, and hopefully we'll fix that bloody Fiesta as well. So yes, it's a lovely day here in Ross. Enjoy. I'll update you either later today or first thing tomorrow morning. Good afternoon, Wednesday. Later on, we're just starting to wrap up, 4:30. Fairly quiet day actually, much calmer than yesterday, much less up and down, which is more, I mean, it would have been nice to sell some cars today. We haven't. It's been fairly quiet on the phones, but we've managed to buy another 3 cars today, which is good. Skoda Yeti, one of our absolute favourites around here in rural Herefordshire. So a nice Yeti petrol was coming in, one of the very last ones, October 2017 registered. So that will be, and it's a nice spec, it's an SEL, so it's got leather. It's done 40 odd thousand, I believe, and it's one owner from new with a full service history, so that will be a nice car, I hope. We've also bought a Ford Fiesta, another one. You can never have too many Fiestas. Nice 5-door in smooth green we recently sold a slightly older shape one of the same colour, and it attracted a lot of interest, so that should be a nice car. It's a Bang & Olufsen limited edition jobby, so that'll be coming in. We've also bought a Kia Venga, one of the Venga boys. We've sold an awful lot of Vengas in our time, and that's a nice one. Camera, sat-nav, petrol. What else did I buy today? Oh, a Ford B-Max, again one of our favourites. We like, obviously, as you can tell, we very much like the MPV, smaller MPVs with the higher seating positions. Really suits our sort of client base very well. So I've got a B-Max coming in. That's got the sliding rear doors, so perfect for access and grandkids and all that sort of thing. And that's a Zetec Navigator, so again, got the sat-nav. So we do try and, even though the cars are fairly mundane, is that the right word? Look, we're not selling high-powered Mercedes and BMWs and whatnot. So the cars we try to have something. Obviously, the mileage has got to be very low, the service history has got to be very good, and we also try and get the higher spec ones as well, just to stand out slightly from the car supermarkets, because it is a bit of a battle out there, as I'm sure we've spoken about many times before on various platforms. So yeah, good day of buying. We've also managed to, as I was hoping we've managed to advertise the Fiesta, so that's all pictured and videoed. That'll be going on. There is the Capture, which is ready to rock apart from a gearbox, and the A3 is at Pride of Place, or two A3s at the front, Pride of Place now. So the pitch is looking absolutely lovely here in Ross, to be quite honest. We've got a really nice selection of colours, different types of, obviously you've got the Focus there, a little Panda Cross in the corner, cracking little cars, and a nice limited edition Fabia, very, very low mileage. We've got an automatic Ago with a private plate and orange. So as you can see, we try and do things with a slightly different sort of colour setup. Nice, very modern i10 automatic, heated steering wheel and all sorts on that. And again, different colour, mangrove green. Hybrid Yaris, always good. We've got a wheelchair access Berlingo in the corner. Lovely looking ST line Fiesta. Super low mileage Mini. So yeah, the picture's looking great. Four-wheel drive automatic CRV. That's a belter. Kadjar, automatic Mazda, Skoda Kamiq, nice automatic Golf at the front. So the picture's looking great here. The picture's busy in Hereford as well. So it's all looking good. Road tax. This is another thing I was going to talk to you about while I'm on, and before I forget. The road tax, or the vehicle excise duty figures, were released today for April the 1st, and there was a lot of talk about how expensive it was going to be, and everybody's road tax was going to go through the roof, and we're all going to have to walk to work or catch a bus, and it's the end of the world. There's been a lot of scaremongering in the press. As it turns out, nowhere near as bad as everybody was thinking. Road tax on a standard car, so the vast majority of our cars now that are sort of after 2017 are £190 a year to tax, almost all of them, and they're going up to £195 as of April the 1st, as is the annual increase that they always seem to have. So that's really good news. Hopefully that'll give people a bit more confidence now to get out there, and if they were thinking of swapping their cars and maybe waiting until April the 1st to see, hopefully now that will give them that confidence to just crack on and treat yourself to a new car. So yeah, we've got plenty coming in, as always. We've got a few going out. It's all go, as always. We're just trying to sort some admin out as well, actually, because we're getting a bit not left behind in terms of technology, that's probably the wrong word, but there's certain things we'd like to do. We're getting we've got a WhatsApp widget on our website now where people can contact us via WhatsApp, but I hadn't set it up properly, and they're all coming directly to my personal mobile phone, which isn't ideal, to be honest. So we've set up we're setting up a business WhatsApp, and that allows a few of us to be on there as well and to be able to reply to that sort of thing. I've managed to integrate Instagram and Facebook, which I thought was very straightforward, and I was told it was very straightforward, but as usual I managed to cock it up. So we've sorted that this morning. So we're just trying to get lots of bits sorted, just so we can smoothly sell more cars and yeah, it seems to be going okay. I'm waffling now, so I will leave you guys alone, but we'll see what Thursday brings. Take care. Good morning, Thursday morning. Fairly quiet today. We're trying to get quite a lot of admin done, a lot of advertising done as well. We've got loads of new cars arriving. The weather is absolutely beautiful here in Ross. But I just thought I would give a shout out to Celtic Tuning. I've been looking to have this done for a long time, and I've never got round to it, but I have today. I've had my own personal car, which is the Alpha over there, remapped by these guys, and I've got to say, from start to finish, the service has been absolutely brilliant. Initial inquiry, got a reply the next day, booked in, they turned up when they said they were going to. The job's taken a couple of hours, and the car performs. I mean, obviously it's a quick car anyway, but it performs now just like something else. Absolute beast. So yeah, shout out to those guys at Celtic Tuning. Really good service. Map for the Alphas, obviously, and it's sort of one of their big selling points. So if you do have a QV and you're looking to get it fettled, do have a look at their website. Really, really good service. In terms of the rest of the day, I'm going to enjoy the sun a little bit. Hopefully we're going to have some action on the car sales front, because it has gone quiet this week. I know this is the first week I'm doing this video since I'm back into it, and you'll all think the business is on its arse. It's not. We've had a very, very good January and February, and then the last week or so it has just dipped off a little bit. We've done it long enough to know that it will come round. I hope it'll come round. So yeah, we're going to get plenty advertised and crack on, as they say. So it's Thursday afternoon, still no sales. Capture's in, we're going to whip the gearbox out of that one. We think we found the culprit actually. Drive shaft seal was obviously been leaking, and I guess they've just driven it with no oil in the gearbox. So we did top it up with gear oil and try it, but it's still noisy, so damage has been done on that one, unfortunately. So we'll get the box out, send that away for repair. I've got a clutch here for it, so we'll crack on with that when it reappears on Monday. We're not having the best of weeks. I did a podcast on the Shifting Metal 2.0 channel the other day with Paul Jackson and James Alford, and we were talking about mental health in the motor industry. So that was great, and it helped, and I hope we helped some other people as well. But this week is really pushing me in terms of that side of things, because not only have we got a gearbox gone on the Capture, but also today the deal on the Tucson has fallen through, unfortunately, for a couple of family reasons. Nothing to do with the car itself, our end, just some family issues on the customer's side. We've had a car on the way back from Mannheim, Northampton, and that had a clean bill of health, grade 1 Hyundai i20, and the clutch has just gone in the roadworks in Coventry with our tray plate driver, so he's waiting on recovery, so that's going to need a clutch. And what else has happened? Oh yes, a Volvo V40 that went out on Friday afternoon, or got delivered to Willenhall on Friday. Unfortunately, the clutch pedal has just stuck down on that one for the customer as well, so that's going to need a master cylinder, which actually, if you're looking at the V40s, is a really common fault, and on the Focuses as well. Drove perfectly well, it was here. Car was only done 20-odd thousand miles. Lovely, really, really nice example. Perfect Volvo history. Drove absolutely perfectly here. Has been fine for the lady since Friday, and the clutch pedal's just gone straight to the floor. So we're a little bit quiet, and we've got a couple of mechanical bits going on. We don't get too many mechanical problems, you know, we're not like some of these places where we're doing timing chains and pulling engines out, and it very rarely, usually it's pads, discs, tyres, service. That's about the size of it. So to have a couple of gearboxes and clutches is a bit of a pain, but we're looking after the customers in the best way. it'll right itself. It always does. Just always seems to be when you're quiet, the shit hits the fan. So yes, I might. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I might have a beer. That's what I might do. But anyway, that's Thursday. We have got some handovers tomorrow. We've had quite a few cars arrive today, actually. I'll quickly show you. The Igo has been advertised and pictured and videoed and all that. Tucson's back on the pitch. We've had Smooth Green Fiesta arrive. 30,000 miles. It's the facelift, newer shape model. Doesn't that look a lovely bit of kit? That does drive very well. Kia Venga, nice high spec one. That's turned up in probably better condition than I thought, actually. So that doesn't need a lot to be ready to go. Just a little smart repair on the front corner, which our smart man Dave will do next week. Ford B-Max as well. Z-Tech Navigator. Still plenty going on, loads to advertise. We've got some cars going out tomorrow, like I say, and we'll see how we get on then. So I'll catch you all tomorrow. Good evening, Friday evening. It's the end of the week. Everybody's gone home. A little bit of peace and quiet. I've just had a few little throws of darts, and I thought I'd give you a little end of week, for me anyway, update. And so this Hyundai i20, bit of a story with this one from yesterday. It was driving back from Northampton Mannheim, grade 1, 23,000 miles, and the clutch went on in the roadworks in Coventry, which was not ideal. Anyway, it got recovered to the highways, pulled it off and put it into a petrol station next to a travel lodge, and unfortunately the keys and all the paperwork were left in the glove box and the car was unlocked. So I had a bit of a drama last night. My transport man was going to go up this morning and recover it, but I didn't want to leave it overnight, so I rang the travel lodge and spoke to the manager, Chris, and he was very helpful. He stayed on the phone with me, went over to the car and took all the paperwork out and locked it up, took the keys and the paperwork to the travel lodge reception, so that when my driver went this morning, we knew it was safe and he could pick it up and bring it back. So it's ready to be looked at on Monday morning. The master cylinder, the rod for the master cylinder rod has snapped. A bit of a funny design on those, and sometimes what we think's happened is it's just veered off slightly and caught against something and snapped. So that's in first job Monday to have that clutch done, and we'll do all the other bits and prep it so it'll be ready to rock and roll bar an MOT. We have sold a couple of cars. My God, we have sold, I will show you. We have sold the lovely 19-plate titanium Fiesta. We only advertised that one yesterday, I think, Thursday, and it sold at lunchtime today to a local customer. So that's good. It was a really nice car. Sold it previously. Lovely colour, lovely spec, just all-rounded, a very nice one. So that sold almost straight away, which is great. And we've also sold the Honda Jazz as well. Now this was the highest spec Honda Jazz I've ever seen, and we have sold a lot of Honda Jazzes. I don't know how many Jazzes we've had over the 13 years, but many, many, many. This is the highest. It's an EXLT. I think I've got those letters in the right order. It's got a panoramic roof, it's got heated leather seats, it's got satellite navigation, cruise control, all the kit and caboodle. That's a one-owner car with a full Honda main dealer service history. I think it's got 10 Honda stamps, one owner from new, proper thing. Wasn't particularly cheap, but I don't think you'd find a nicer one of those. So 2 cars sold in the 5 days this week, which if you'd spoke to me at the end of yesterday, I was not looking forward to it, to today, but to do a couple is good. We've also had this little beauty arrive back, should I say. Volvo S60. It's the T4 2-litre petrol R-Design nav. Bit of a mouthful, but fantastic bit of kit. Full Volvo service history, 40 odd thousand miles. diamond cut wheels. That's where it's just been. We've just had a couple of the wheels refurbished. So it's matching Goodyear tyres all round, so proper bit of kit. So we'll be cracking on with that early part of next week. Obviously we've still got these 3 to get through. So I'm a bit more pleased than I was this time yesterday, certainly. The car's back from Coventry that was abandoned. We've got a nice Volvo ready to go. We've sold a couple of cars. The only thing that is still causing a headache is the doomed Fiesta. We fitted an engine mount this morning and the noise is still there, and we spoke to Ford and they were like, well, what are you doing with this car? Why are you ordering so many parts? And we spoke to the parts manager, and he actually said he's having exactly the same problem with his Fiesta at the moment. So we are trying a gearbox mount. If we get a long bar on the gearbox mount, we can get a noise. It's the final throw of the dice. I've spoke to the customer this afternoon and I've said, look, that's what we're doing. It's the final part we're going to fit, and then if that doesn't cure it, then it's up to you. You can either have a full refund or you can have the car back and carry on as you were. And I said, personally, I would carry on with the car as it is, because we fitted so many new parts: lower arms, shockers, exhaust flex, rear axle bushes, engine mounts, on and on and on and on. We serviced it, we did the cam belt, the water pump before he had it. So the car is, for a 13-year-old Fiesta, we've basically rebuilt it. We've lost a lot of money, which isn't the customer's problem, but I said you probably won't find one that's had this amount of prep done to it. And the noise is very slight. It's only when you go over a speed bump, so it's not just day-to-day driving. The car's, you can't find any play in anything. It's perfectly safe. It's perfectly fit for purpose. So we'll fix that. We'll fit that gearbox mount on Monday. It'll cure it or it won't. I'm not holding out a great deal of hope, let's be honest, with our track record with it so far. And sometimes you just get these niggly little problems with cars that you just can't seem to get to the bottom of. And you know, my techs are very good, and normally things are very straightforward, and you wouldn't think on a very basic, you know, £5 Fiesta that we'd be having all these problems. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes on Monday, and then it's up to the customer. He's been really chilled about it, actually. And, you know, we're doing right by him. We just can't seem to get rid of this annoying little noise, but the car drives perfectly, so we'll see what happens with that one. Tony is handing over, who's my dad, who you haven't seen this week, actually. If you're new to the channel, you won't have seen Tony yet. You may do, you may not. He is handing over a Lexus in our Hereford site this morning. Tomorrow morning, sorry. A guy's coming off the train to pick that up, and we've also booked an appointment for a customer to see a car on Monday morning in the Hereford site as well, which Tony will do. So yeah, all in all, not a great week, but we remain positive, because that is what we must do, and it always comes good. I wouldn't still be doing it if it didn't. So yeah, I guess we'll be back next week. I don't know. Have a watch, see what you think. Obviously, if you've enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up, and do subscribe. I know I'm not bothered by the subscribers, but for my ego, I suppose it'll give us a little bit of ambition to carry on with this thing. We'll see how it edits. If you enjoy it, if you've hated it, let me know. If you've enjoyed it, let me know. And if you've got any questions, let me know. It'd be good to have a discussion. So yeah, enjoy what's left of your weekends, and we may see you next week, I suppose. Have a good one.